But since we're talking about having facts, not having facts, about, cancel culture, what do you think about Joe Rogan and his new issue?
Oh my goodness. And this is what we were. I don't think we said it on the podcast, but we talked privately about this when he first got the deal, saying,
"Deal with
with Spotify, saying we hope that nothing gets censored, right? Like maybe his old stuff, sure, if you want to, but nothing new, because that's the unique thing or the special thing about his podcast is he has people from all over the world, like different types of people, from races, ethnicities, cultures to different jobs and like a bunch of different people." And to talk about anything and everything.
Yeah.
That's the special thing about it. Cause
you can't control what someone's going to talk
about.
Yeah,
exactly. So, either way, people apparently at Spotify, people that work for Spotify, are mad and offended or whatever by Joe Rogan's podcast because they're mad at the fact that he says things that aren't always true and they don't get fact checked. But it's a podcast.
Yeah.
He isn't a news.
Yeah, exactly.
Like, he's just talking.
Yeah.
Like, so, yeah, that's my thing. He's not like CNN or Fox where they need to get the facts right. Which they don't even get the facts right, too.
No, a lot of the times either. Or they skew the facts really
or they
nasty.
skew it to make it fit their agenda. But, so, they're complaining about that. They're complaining about any type of, like, homophobic stuff he says sometimes or, like, even transphobic. All these different types of things. But my thing is, at the end of the day, it's his podcast. Spotify signed him.
Yeah.
So he's safe in my opinion.
Yeah.
We signed the contract already.
Yeah.
It's between Spotify and their own employees.
Yeah, and that's kind of where some of this stems with too, because it says they had internal meetings. Select staffers were reportedly dissatisfied with the way senior management responded to Rogan's controversial material, which prior to finding its way to Spotify, aired exclusively on YouTube. So I feel like I wonder if they complained before he even went onto Spotify.
I feel like but that's my thing is, did anybody ever watch a Joe Rogan podcast? Because this isn't new.
Yeah, exactly.
People always been trying to cancel him forever. So it just, I just feel like Spotify's having a really bad year in general with everything.
Oh, and then it says they wanted direct editorial oversight over his podcast that would include the ability to directly edit or remove sections of upcoming interviews or blocking the uploading of episodes deemed problematic. The employees also demanded the ability to add trigger warnings, corrections, and references to fact-checked articles on topics discussed by Rogan.
So I'm not mad at the trigger warnings.
Yeah.
You can throw a trigger warning on the screen.
I think maybe before, though, like not right when it's about to happen. Like,
before the show starts.
Due to the nature.
No, that'd be if it did it every single time it's about to happen. No way.
That's what I'm saying. Like,
yeah.
That's sort of, like,
but yeah, so my thing is, and I was talking to my mom last night.
Trigger warning. No, it's just kidding.
I was talking about my mom.
Trigger warning.
I was talking to my mom last night about this, not about Joe Rogan in particular, but I forget what we were talking about exactly. But I was telling her like, that's the number one thing I would not want to give up. Is my creative control. You're not going to make me say something.
Yeah.
Oh, that's what it was. You're talking about Apple stuff. And I'm like, okay, for one, Apple doesn't really sponsor like podcasts or like, they don't, like they're too big. Like the biggest companies don't do that.
Yeah.
So, she's like, well, you never know. But my thing was like, I would not take a deal where I can only talk good about. Apple is too big. They're in too many fields. That means I can't talk about Spotify because they have Apple Music.
Yeah.
Or we can't. We can't talk about Galaxy Watch. You can't even wear that watch because if we, you know what I mean? So like, I'm not gonna hold myself back because you're gonna give me money, but now I can't talk about anything because like, no, there's just no way.
Yeah, I know, that'd be whack, and then we'd have nothing to talk about.
Yeah, because like literally, we can't talk about half the tech stuff because Apple's a part of it in some way.
Yeah.
So no, but.
You're all with the freaking look. There's like a Mac laptop on the screen.
No, I know. There's all Apple stuff. But I'm just saying.
I'm never just like it's Apple stuff. Yeah.
But like you know, we'd have to promote it. We'd have to say like, you check this song out on Apple Music. You can't say Spotify. You can't like. That's whack. Can't talk about Netflix or anything. You gotta talk about Apple TV Plus. No, I would never do that.
You could or like on the Joe Rogan show, you know, and then be like, but you know, there's other better shows on.
Yeah.
on Apple,
no, exactly.
Yeah.
So. Like that, I could just never do that because I feel like it wouldn't be authentic.
Yeah.
And I'd have to be thinking the whole time, like what if I'm sitting here like, bro, that thing on Spot, no, I gotta stop and like, not Spotify or not even say it. Never mind, let's talk about something else. Yeah. So that sucks with the Joe Rogan thing, but I think it's all on Spotify. and they're the ones in trouble, not him, because they already signed the contract.
And anyone like that has a problem with his show,
don't watch it.
Make your own show talking about your problems with the show. And if it's super popular, then
they might actually get popular.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Everyone has their right to their own opinion.
Yeah.
And if you want to do a show about it, go for it. But I'm just saying, like, if you're mad at him, at his popular show, then make your own show. Try to make it as popular. And, you know, go toe-to-toe with it, I guess.
Yeah. I just don't see why people wouldn't. They wouldn't have a real talk about this. Is this something we should do or not?
Yeah,
this is the biggest podcast in the world. One of the biggest podcasts in the world. Do we want it or not? Everybody agree.
Yeah, and well, I just think there's a lot of money in it, so it doesn't matter too much if people agreed or not. But yeah, I guess that's the Joe Rogan talk right there.